Hey guys, this is Mind. Welcome back to another video where today we are going to be reviewing my Premier League predictions. This, honestly guys, I've already looked at it beforehand. This is horrible. If you find this funny or you are going to enjoy this video, please do hit the like button. Let's just get into this. Right. I'm just going to show you both the full tables. So on the right hand side here we have got the actual Premier League table. On the left we have my prediction. Now, I only got one right, and that is Man City, which I don't think was hard to predict at the start of the season because I think it was only between Man City and Liverpool. I didn't even get the top four right, so I'm going to go through this. Liverpool second. Since I'm only one out, I don't mind being one out. For example, Liverpool, Chelsea, but the top four is nearly given. Tottenham was a bad prediction. I really thought Mourinho was going to have a better season. I didn't think he was going to get sacked. I do think they would have come fifth, I reckon, if Mourinho didn't get sacked. I think they could have even got top four if Mourinho didn't get sacked. Because I think they lost a game. I think it was to Southampton. They drew another dodgy game. But I think it could have been different if Mourinho actually finished off the season. I mean, you look, Leicester, I predicted them to come 10th. They come 5th. I don't know what I expected, really. I think I just expected Europa League to really hinder their progress of how well they're doing in the Premier League. It didn't, because they actually got knocked out. Was it in the round of 32 or the round of 16? Earlier than expected. So it didn't. They got injuries, but it didn't exactly hinder how they were doing, because they were nearly top four. Again, they just, at the end, the final hurdle, I think just defensively, they just weren't good enough. As you can see here, they've conceded 50. You look at the teams around them. In the top 11, only one more team have conceded more than them, and that's Leeds. You know, you look at how many they've scored the third most scores in the league, so obviously you need to patch up on that a bit. Everton 7th. Again, this is one, they've come 10th. This is a one where you expect Ancelotti. He comes in, you think, oh, it's his first full season. He's had the backing. He's brought in the likes of James Rodriguez and Allen. He's brought his actual players in. He's going to do well. No, it's a typical Everton season where you expect them to do well, and they just don't. They just do average. I need to stop thinking that Everton are going to do really well. Because in my mind, most years, I'm thinking, oh, they're going to get Europa League, they're going to get you this. And the truth is, they're not at the moment. They haven't got a good enough team. So I need to stop predicting them that high. I mean, I say that. I put Wolves to come 8th. A lot of people I've seen have put them 7th. I don't think putting Wolves 8th is bad necessarily, because we never thought that Wolves would have had this bad of a season. Especially when they lost Diego Jota. Raul Jimenez is the big one that they lost. He was a big loss, and I'm glad he can still play football. But that was a big loss, and Willian Jose and Fabio Silva didn't live up to expectations, so they were always going to struggle. And especially with Pedro Neto, who had a good part of the season, when he got injured, again, it was just difficult for them to really climb up the league. And as you can see, they really struggled to score goals. That was their issue the whole season, really. Southampton 9th. Again, this is a bad one, but you look at how they started the season, people would have said, oh, you've put them a bit too low. Obviously, they were never going to keep up being top of the league, but people might have thought they could have come 6th, 7th, 8th. They've come 15th. They had the worst end to the season in the whole league. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Ralph Hasenhüttl, he struggles to find consistency with his Southampton team. I understand with Danny Ings' injury problems. And also, I've seen quite a few comments before that Southampton fans aren't happy with the amount of funds he's getting to spend on his squad. He's mainly having to deal with bringing players up from the youth system, like Teller, who had a good season when he played, but they need strength and depth, Southampton. They really lack that because in the defence especially, they are poor. They are really, really poor. They conceded the second most goals. They lost 9-0 or 9-1 again? 9-0 I think it was. That shouldn't be happening to a team twice in 2 seasons with the same manager. Arsenal, again, I'm going to go over this one as well. Arsenal, I think we all expected Arsenal to get Europa League at least. It was a very poor season. It was a very good end of the season for them. It was a very bad start to the season till about December for Arteta. Really, it was looking bleak. It was looking like they weren't even going to get top half at one point. He did well to recover it and only be 1 point off Tottenham, who looked like they were having a much better season, but in the end they weren't. So, I mean, I was 2 out on this one. The worst one is, I think we can all see that, West Ham 6th. They come, I predicted 17th. A lot of people really underestimated West Ham. I said this when David Moyes come in. I didn't say this on camera to use, but I actually said to myself that I thought West Ham, they could be a decent team in the next couple of seasons. They might, climb up the league. And after seeing who they brought in, I thought, there's no way. You look at like the likes of Craig Dawson, Ben Romer, they're okay. They've got Europa League with that. But what a season for David Moyes. Lingard was outstanding. Antonio was really good. Souček was outstanding. Kufau was outstanding. Cresswell had a really good season. Fabianski had a really good season. The defenders, Dawson, Diop, and Bonner, they all had a good season. Declan Rice was outstanding. They just built a really solid team, which I didn't expect to see. It's a fair play, really, to West Ham. Fair play to them. I'm happy for how well they've done. Because they've got a good manager. He's never been a bad manager, David Moyes. Just never worked out from a Man U, obviously. So, also, another bad prediction we can see here is Sheffield United. I think we all thought Sheffield would go down last season, and then after seeing them stay up last season, we all thought, they're gonna stay up again. Second season syndrome is a real thing, really, because you look at Huddersfield, what happened with them? They had a decent first season. Their second season was atrocious. The same's happened here with Sheffield. And then you look at the rest of the bottom three, West Brom and Fulham. I got them. I was 1 place off with West Brom. I was 2 off with Fulham. I got them in the relegation zone. I'm not too displeased with getting 2 out of the 3 teams right to have gone down. Just I've got 1 prediction out of 20 right, like bang on. And I've got like 2 within 1. My club Newcastle looked like we were going down. Steve Bruce out of nowhere. Graham Jones comes in. A lot does change. However, Steve Bruce has managed to somehow get us to finish 12th. I don't understand how. At the start of the season, I would have went 12th, probably a realistic position that we would have come. Look at where we were in January. We were looking like we were going to come 19th. 2 wins in 20. Most managers would have been sacked by then. Probably even before it even got to 20. Probably if it got to about 13, they would have got sacked. But we stuck with Bruce. Ended off having a good end of the season, a very good end of the season. He got Willock playing well, Maximin, Murphy, Ritchie, which is what we missed. We missed playing the solid people like Ritchie. He's a real leader. Why we weren't playing Ritchie, I don't know. And we were playing Lewis for far too long and Emil Kraft at right back and like Manquillo even. He was okay in patches, but Murphy's been outstanding this season for me. I'm actually going to review the Newcastle squad in terms of how well they've done in the next couple of days, guys, to see if they've had good seasons or not. So I'll let you know. upload that video as soon as possible. We look at any other really stinkers. Leeds, you look them 6 out. I don't think 15th was too bad of a prediction. Maybe 12th would have been better at the start of the season. 9th, they've had a terrific season. Leeds, Bielsa. For me, it was either Bielsa or Moyes who deserved manager of the season. Obviously, Pep got it, but I think them two need honourable mentions this season, and Brendan Rodgers as well, of course. But I just didn't expect Leeds to do that well, really. Aston Villa as well, 16th. I put them to come 11th. Didn't think Martinez would have the impact he did. He was very, very good. They built a solid back four, really, of like Cash, Mings, Concert, and Target. Even Courtney House played some decent games as well. Ezri Concert, in my opinion, should be going to the Euros over Tyrone Mings, but that's just my opinion. Ollie Watkins had a very good season. Ross Barkley was disappointing. Bertrand Traore had a good season, but Ross Barkley, for me, I think if Ross Barkley had a good season, Villa would have definitely got top 10. I think definitely. I think they just lacked in the midfield that little bit extra, especially when Grealish was injured. They needed someone to step up, and Barkley didn't step up, and that was a problem for them. But 11th is a good position for them. Burnley, I was only 3 off for this one. Palace, 2 off. Not too fussed about this. Brighton to go down. This is a bit of a stinker. I do keep thinking Brighton are going to go down, and they surprise me every year. I need to stop predicting Brighton to go down unless they either change manager or I don't know what, because Brighton just had a solid-ish season. They drew 14 games. They only won 9, but they drew 14. So that means they only lost 15 games, which isn't bad. That's like a mid-table finish. They just didn't win a lot of games. Brighton don't score a lot, but what they do is they have a really solid sort of system that they play. And it's hard to break them down. I mean, Newcastle, we absolutely got thrashed off them 3-0. Both times, 6-0 on aggregate. I mean, it was embarrassing. When we lost 3-0, should I say, when we lost 3-0 to Brighton in March, I think it was the end of March, around about the national duty time, we all thought we were down. And for Brighton to have beaten us 3-0, I couldn't really believe that. But anyway, this, guys, has been my predictions. However, there's actually this will be my review, but my prediction, should I say? But there's actually 3 more predictions I made. I've just seen them before, and I don't want to look at them again. Top goal scorer, I went Timo Werner. Top goal scorer of most sitters missed, maybe would have been fitting. He didn't have a bad. He wasn't bad, Werner, but he wasn't. He works hard, Werner, which is what I like to see in like a player like that. He works hard for the team. He just doesn't have the finish on him. Maybe next season he'll have more of a finish when he has a bit more confidence. Maybe at the Euros if he shines. Anything could happen really. Kai Havertz, I didn't think he was worth his 70 or 80 million. Obviously, he had some good spells under Tuchel. He wasn't that great under Lampard, let's be honest. But I think he's going to come good again, like Werner. Alisson for the Golden Glove. I thought Liverpool were going to have a much better season. Obviously, Ederson won the Golden Glove, and Kane obviously won goal scorer and assists. But I just thought Liverpool were going to have a bit better of a season, and obviously they struggled without Van Dijk. But they still come third, with fair play to them, when you're losing Van Dijk and Gomez, and Henderson was out for a period as well. So, really, you look at that, and Liverpool did well to recover, to be honest with you. So that, guys, has been my review of my Premier League predictions. Some real stinkers in there. Obviously, there was a couple, like I said, with Newcastle, West Brom, Fulham, Crystal Palace. Burnley, a couple that I wasn't too far off with. The top four's mainly given. I'm not really, unless I get the top four bang on, I'm not really bothered. Apart from getting a team wrong like Tottenham, that was a stinker. But that, guys, has been, like I said, my review of my Premier League predictions for this season. We'll obviously be doing the Premier League predictions video for the next season before the season starts again in August. So keep an eye out for that on this channel. Thank you all for watching. Please do hit the like button. Keep an eye out for videos. They're going to be coming out a bit more frequently. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. Right, guys, as you can see, there is a calculator here that says 69. The reason it says that is because I have added up how far I added up all the predictions. This is what YouTubers have been doing. I've seen they've been adding up how far they were off in each prediction, and basically the lower number you get, the better. So this year my score is 69. Apparently one of the worst ones I've heard is 75. So as we can see, not been a very good year for us, guys. So I just thought I'd quickly tell you that. In terms of all the predictions, I was 69 off. There was one point I was looking and I think I was 40 something off. And then obviously West Ham, I'm 11 off. So that screwed everything. I thought, oh no, this is horrible. I mean, at least it's not in the 70s. That's all I can say. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Like I said, goodbye.